Okay, I only had 3 to 4 months to turn my physical retail business into something that I could run with my handphone. Hi, my name is Kelly, and I have been running retail businesses in Singapore for the past 15 years. Now, 2 years ago, my husband received an amazing job offer, but that requires us to stay away from Singapore for a couple of years. And by the time that he received that amazing offer to leave Singapore, I only had around 3 to 4 months to turn my physical retail business into something that I could run completely remotely from my handphone. And that was really, really stressful for me at that point in time because I was running a retail bridal businesses. And if anybody has seen how a wedding shop operates, you kind of need to be in the store all the time. And I used to be someone that spends a lot of the time in store. I probably visit like some of the branches and all that every single day. And in a week's time, I would have around like 5 to 6 days in the stores most of the time. So it was really difficult for me when I first find out the news. I was thinking, do I close all of them? Or if I don't close all of them, then I probably have to run them completely remotely. So after thinking about the whole situation for a few nights, I decided that I should be honest and truthful. I went to the store and I told my staff about this new thing that's going to happen to my life. And I wanted to find out if they were comfortable with still working for me for the next 1 or 2 years with me completely abroad. And that if they were not comfortable with doing it, then I can have other plans for the business like selling, or probably I can combine the stores, or I can just close it kind of thing. And after speaking with some of my staffs, I realized that there are some stores whereby the staffs were more committed, they're willing to stay for longer, whereas in some stores the staff were unsure, they were thinking whether or not they want to change industries and so on and so forth. So for the companies with the more unsure staff, I knew that I have to close, or I have to do something about it. So the next thing that I did immediately was that I contacted my agent, and with my agent's help, I actually managed to get rid of all the businesses with unsure staffs. And I also managed to get people to not only take over my store, but they bought my business from me as well. So with the existing stores, with staffs more comfortable in staying in the business, I wanted to make sure that I will be able to do my business well for them as well. So that was when I was extremely serious about running the business remotely. I started to change some of the things internally on how it's structured, how in what circumstances do they have to double check with me in case they have a difficult situation to deal with and all that. So I think in terms of changing and pivoting from physically being in the store and running it with my phone, the main difference was that I became more real with myself. I knew that I was not going to work well if I had to check my phone every single day from time to time just to see if anybody is asking me questions and all that. I don't work very well with like a more like structured kind of work pattern. I think quite a lot of business owners probably have this issue as well. We're just not very focused on like one specific thing, and I can't. If you get me to check my phone all the time, everybody will be annoyed with me because I will start forgetting to reply some of the messages, or start to think I reply and then others I did not and all that. So I think I try to be honest with myself, and I told my staff that, look, this is what's going on and we need to have a meeting only on a specific day of the week. So right now we have meeting just once every week, and I think that worked a lot better for me because it reduces my anxiety. It worked a lot better for my staffs as well, because I've noticed that even though initially maybe they're very annoyed with me and angry, but after a while I've noticed that they have gained a lot of confidence. They knew exactly what to do. They don't have so much reliance on me, and they have a lot of personal growth as well from this action of mine. In terms of things that stayed and performed well for me, I always had a really good SOP and backend system that stores all the client's details, the dates, and all of that. So So I was very lucky in a sense because those things were built right from the beginning. So if you don't have it already, make sure you start on that today. Have your SOPs and have your backend systems ready, because in any businesses, those are very important. Those will be the core. But what I didn't expect to be my worst enemy in the end was the internet, right? So China has internet restrictions for quite a few websites. And when I first moved here, it was so difficult for me because it was just so difficult for me to get a constant connection that's ongoing. And for some of the websites that I would be using very frequently, the websites either don't load or take a million years to load kind of thing. So that was the part that was so difficult for me, and up till today I am not very happy with it. So those are the things that's not working well with me, and I think up till today I'm still trying to get used to it. But in terms of the difficulties within the company itself, I think would be the communications with each and individual staff, and how do we build up the rapport and all that. Because in my industry, I am working in the bridal industry, the company, they were very small, and it's important that everybody in the team works well with each other. So I put in a lot of effort to understand the goals and all that of each of my individual staff, and I want to do my best to help them grow as well with me. But with me being overseas and having meetings from handphone and all that, I've noticed that the personal touch is a lot lesser. I think that in terms of communications and all that, it's always better to talk in person. It just feels more sincere, and I enjoy it a little bit more. But that's fine because I still travel back to Singapore. So whenever I travel back to Singapore, I make sure that I schedule time to meet each and every staff of mine. And I think that out of all my trips today, probably I spend like 70 to 80% of my free time on meeting with my staffs individually and trying to get to know what was going on with them and all that. So that is something that I think would be really important, that to understand the people that work with you, not asking you to like crash their parties and know all their friends and all that, okay? But to understand them as a person, because this person is giving up a lot of their life to work for you as well. So it only makes sense for you to get to know more about this person. If this person would work hard for you, then I feel that the job of me would be to give them back with something that would be of value to them as well. And sometimes if I feel that this reciprocal cannot be met, then this person is not going to stay very long with you. So what actually surprised me in the end was that my revenue didn't really change. So I think that was one of the things that's bothering me the most. Like, if I were to just throw my business there and I go away, what happens if I cannot pay rent? What happens if I cannot pay my staff's salary, right? But to my surprise, not only did the revenues didn't drop, for some of the months, my revenue actually did better than when I was there. So I guess whatever that I have said just now about trusting your staff, giving them empowerment and giving them the confidence that they need to run the store and all that, they are so important. And I think that with the travel and after reflecting on myself, I kind of understand my own work pattern a little bit more. I realized that, okay, I am not suitable for someone to appear in the store every day. It kind of like stresses me out. And when I am stressed out, I show a face that stresses everybody out as well. So I realized that probably part of it was my fault when I was watching over them all the time, and having me stand away from the business helped everybody, including myself, in reducing my anxiety, in feeling more happy and feeling more fulfilled. So if you've watched the video until now, you might be thinking that, it's not as easy you've imagined. Not all businesses can be run from the phone. Some businesses, you just have to be there to watch over them all the time. Your staff can do crap. You never know what they'll be up to. Which, yes, it's true. But so far so good for me. I have been very lucky with all my hires. I can confidently say that of all my past staffs that I have hired, they are nice people. Some of them lost interest in the industry and all that, but they are all nice, genuine people that can do their job well. So I would say that sometimes it's about how much, we can give and take to help this staff as well. Of course, when I get out of the country, and of course when I pass my business to my staff, I can't expect the exact same amount of profits from there, because I am going to be away. So I am going to need maybe a pair of extra hands to help the team and all that, which is fine. I can't expect that, okay, when I'm away, how come my revenue is the same, but how come my profit drop? I'm not happy and all that. You can't have that. So I think giving and take a little when you're working abroad, it becomes extremely important. And I think that the whole thing from working from abroad and all that is really to show me that every human being have their own pride. Whether you like this person or maybe you don't like your staff, they have their own pride and they want to do their things well. And that is something that I didn't really spend a lot of time and effort to think about in the past, but it's so simple and it's so powerful. They have pride, they are human, they want to do their job well. They just need you to give them the chance and the opportunity. So if your goal ultimately is that you want to run your business with your phone, step number 1, get all your backend stuff, your SOPs well. Those are essential, those are very important. If you want me to work with you on working those out, I'm happy to do so. Step number 2, and the most important step of all, if you want to run your business from your phone, is to step away. And it's that simple. Just step away, have your system well, things can work out ultimately. Now what do you think? See you in the next video. Bye!